So, of course I'm, like, very much out of visual range. It's moved that way. I learned of this through... I saw some things on the YouTubes. Like, it popped up on my YouTube feed and said words. And it said words that made me go, okay, that looks interesting. Because I am a very big lover of horror stuff. Also, I enjoy visual novel type games. I'm not the largest fan of, like I'm trying to think of the word. The word is, this flash, the fact that it changes between these things is interesting. I'm not the largest fan of dating sims. Because I don't think I'm quite the target audience for most of them. There's a very small handful of dating sims that I have enjoyed and wanted to replay, and that list comprises pretty much entirely of the Arcana. To put it bluntly. I've played Dream Daddy, I've played a couple of others, and a good chunk of it is for research because me and my friend are wanting to make a Otome, I think is the genre of it, but the visual novel dating sim type of game. We're both wanting to do that. Like, she's writing the story, I'm going to eventually be programming the shit out of this thing. We're still in a development phase, but I've been trying to play more visual novel type games to get a sense of how they're put together. How the storylines can flow and ebb and change and adjust. And so I've been trying to play more and more of these. Well, then this pops up on my YouTube feed. And my Tumblr, actually, too. It popped up on my Tumblr. Basically, like, don't trust the princess and creepy horror stuff. And I'm like, okay, that sounds interesting. That sounds like another game I've watched some people play that I've not really been interested in, which is like the no matter what happens, you can't win game. No matter your choices, you always lose. I don't remember what it is specifically, but it has that whole person dies and you can't save them aspect to it. And then I see the opening sequence of this, and it literally says, "This is a love story." And my poor, poor, poor monster-loving heart goes, oh, it's one of those. Okay, sure, let's do that. Also, it's apparently fully voice acted, which is phenomenal. Or at least it is voiced over a good chunk of it. So I am looking forward to seeing how this runs. Yeah. And unfortunately, the This Is a Love Story did not... I can't go back and have it show that warning. But there was a huge list of warnings. Wonder if it'll... Nope. It just goes straight into it. There was a lovely list of warnings, which included this is, at its core, a love story.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So I like that moving my mouse moves part of this, like, foreground material. That's an interesting thought. It gives it a three-dimensional depth. Okay. Oh, this is a okay, so there is a dialogue history. I wasn't sure on that. It's good to know. So you can... Okay, so you can save. Okay. There's load. That pulls back up my preferences. A, Q. Oh, Q is quick save. A is automatic saves. And then I have pages up to 9. Doesn't go back. Oh, it does. Oh, wow. How many pages of saves? Oh, okay. That makes me curious as to how many pages of saves that can go through. Auto. That's the save button. This is the settings. Okay, this is just the settings button that just pulls up this. Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. It really does seem like an opposite situation. What is going on with this hand? Is that a claw? Is that a claw? Hook? Like a... I can't tell. Questions. Okay, cool. Oh, that is a lot of questions. The end of the world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? Killing a princess seems kind of bad though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget this, I'm not doing it. Have you maybe considered that I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for this? Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do. That's just straight. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution. Okay. So here's the thing. I could question everything. Or I could just be silent about the fact of what's going on. You know, I'm just gonna be silent about it.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
Not gonna interact with this
You'll
narrator
find the princess within.
Why do that right now? It's not interesting to me. Okay, find the princess.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
This phrase with some creepy art imagery is what I have been seeing on Tumblr. So that's what got me interested. I was like, oh, monster. Okay. So yeah.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Excuse me, what? Okay, I'll just straight proceed into the cabin. Sure, we're gonna
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust.
Okay.
The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Okay, this is just a basic wood cabin.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. So I can just straight enter the basement or take the blade. Supposedly there's a princess in the basement. I don't know why. Supposedly she'll end the world. There are 97 achievements for this game, by the way, which is insane to me. Just so you know. 97. 31 of which they don't tell you, 31 of which they don't have a name for because they're hidden. And my brain goes, I need all shinies. Sure, just take it.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
My hand is now holding a is it holding a dagger? Yes, it is. Those are definitely claws on that little hand, aren't they? They look like claws, like Hagraven or something. Talons? I don't know. They're long, sharpy things. Long, sharpy things. Like, can you not kill someone with your hand if that's the case? Okay, enter the basement. The sound design is nice.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
Okay.
This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood.
I do like that.
If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I do like that you can kind of move the camera angle like a little bit, like there's trying to think of what the word is. It's I'm taking this off because that's bothering me. It's a gutter? Is it gutter? When your art thing has an edge that's technically off the edge. I think it's gutter, if I'm remembering correctly. So it has a gutter field that you can then, as you shift the camera, you shift it into that gutter space.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Who's that voice actress?
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep up
Good.
the silent act.
You're still listening to reason.
Excuse me? Why are you saying you're still listening to reason? What? Okay.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the
There's
basement.
a broken chain here.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
Okay.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Or something. Yeah, I'm gonna keep up with the silent act.
You
Fuck
step
it.
forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm just gonna keep on with that.
Oh?
I started with that, I'm gonna
talking
keep on with it.
Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
Fuck if I know. Am I supposed to just click? Oh.
I'm
dot, dot, dot.
probably chained up
Okay.
in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Uh-huh.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Oh, does she have a crown on her head? Oh,
She's
that's
unarmed.
cute.
If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
It's weird. I'm just gonna continue with
You
the
lunge
quiet.
forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh, those are feathers. This is like a Hagraven's claw hand. Because those are feathers. Those are feathers. Okay.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have
Interesting.
seen that coming. But I have to wonder. Do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
You change the text there, but you don't change her voice. I think that's like that would have been better if there was like an overlay on the voice or something. An effect. If you're gonna change the text like that.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying,
Oh,
she entirely believes
Did those
herself
eyes
to be
just shift and
alive
change?
and well.
they look. I could have sworn they looked different a second ago.
But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still plastered on her face.
Yeah, that's definitely a claw, a talon. Okay.
But is it over? Really over? It's over. Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that.
Oh, wow.
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Oh.
You lean down and wrap your hand around the blade's hilt.
Those eyes look pretty dead.
But As you begin to slide it out of its resting place, you feel a sharp and sudden jab in your side.
Oh.
What was that?
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Oh, you crazy bitch.
Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You
Okay.
collapse to the ground as the mortally wounded princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs.
Okay.
As you fall, she
interesting.
falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
Okay, that's an interesting...
An eye
Twist.
for an eye. A life for a life.
That's a little
I
bit more
guess
creepy.
we're even now.
That fits the creepy text.
See you around.
I do like how
You
sketchy
were
this
so
is.
close. Why did you hesitate? It doesn't matter. At least you managed to take her with you. For whatever that's worth.
Okay.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay, narrator. Fuck you. Chapter 2, The Razor. Okay.
You're
Excuse
on
me?
a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And you're here to slay her.
Oops, I didn't mean to skip that.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. So what if I do this like I did last time? Because if I comment... Yeah, I'm just gonna proceed. I'm gonna treat this like I did last time.
A warning before you go any further.
Okay.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Same
Don't
words.
believe a word she says.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I
Voice
say
of the
you're lost,
cheated.
but I'm stuck here with you. We know what to look
Huh.
out for this time. We know to be careful.
Okay.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
And the narrator's not commenting about the voices. The narrator commented about the voices last time, but this time the narrator's not commenting about the voice of the hero or the
The
voice
interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of
cheated.
warped wood and broken boards.
This
their
is
splintered
different.
edges as uninviting as shattered glass. The only furniture of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
No, we're gonna approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Okay, buddy. You sound very put out.
What are you
Backed him
talking
with the
about?
wall.
This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
I love this soundtrack, by the way, the music here.
You reach forward and rub your hand against
Yeah,
the
this
cabin
is.
wall.
These are
I
talons.
hope you know how ridiculous you look.
This is like a bird's hand. That's definitely a bird's hand.
But there was a mirror a second ago.
Now it's gone. Yet another thing in here playing tricks on us. I hate this place.
I like the cheated. Alright, we'll take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
It feels a bit better to have a weapon in our hands. Let's make her hurt for what she's done to us.
I like the cheated. He's a bastard. Make her hurt for what she's done to us, okay. That broken cabin is just...
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The fractured slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down
Oh, that's
below.
creepy.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
I like that phrase, repeating that.
She's not even trying to hide her knife. It's like she wants to get in our head.
Of course she does.
That sound could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head. Her grating voice carries up the stairs.
I hope you've come to rescue me.
There you go,
I've
that's
been
what I'm
stuck down
expecting.
here forever.
That kind of
There is
overlay.
something so wrong with
That's
that
what I've been
voice.
expecting with that. I mean, yes.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
Also, no.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room.
Is this the same girl?
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down.
Huh.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here. You are armed, after all.
Uh-huh.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
I'm disturbed. Holy shit, that's a lot of... Okay, what are my choices here? If I come close to you, you're just going to stab me, aren't you? Do it. Remember what happened? I know you have a knife. I'll let you out of here if you drop it. I'd like to trust you, but you're being so suspicious right now. Can't we just talk things through? I don't have the key. We killed each other last time. I'd rather not do that again. Look, I know that you're mad at me, but I think we both Okay. What happened after you died last time? What if we're both honest with each other? I was sent here to stop you from ending the world, and you killed me last time from the coming back from being stabbed in the heart. Nobody has to die. Okay, what's going on if I let you out? Okay, fine. I'm coming closer to free you. You'd better not try anything. Screw it.
The princess falls silent, her smile unwavering as you charge across the room.
That is a different crown on her head. This is a different
Okay,
princess.
she hasn't pulled out a knife yet, and her hands are still behind her back. I think we can do this. I think we can win. We just have to strike now, but make sure you keep your eyes on those hands. I don't trust her for a second.
This is a different crown. This is a different princess.
But your focus is broken by the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat.
This is a different princess.
Whose meat? Not ours, right?
Hers at first, then yours.
Yep.
Hee.
How? What did she even hit us with?
You stare down at your chest and at the long, thin blade she impaled you with.
Mm-hmm.
And then the red, angry slit along the flesh of her thigh, where the blade had been nestled just a moment ago.
Of course.
It's still lodged in her leg, emerging from her knee, hinging up and out of her body like some extra metallic limb.
That is disturbing.
Bullshit. Absolute bullshit.
I agree with you. That is bullshit.
You're going to die now.
With a twist of her knee and a painful squelch, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3, The Arms Race. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods.
No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting
on
in
with
that
the
goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin.
Okay.
What? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess
Whoa.
of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards... Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
Okay. What's going on?
Dizzy.
What is going on in this game?
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who
gosh.
holds the cards now?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I gotta think for a second. Okay.
The circle's getting smaller and smaller.
Voice of the Hunted?
Isn't an option anymore.
What?
We have to fight.
Who is the Hunted? What is the Hunted? The Hunted is a new voice. Okay. Running isn't an
Good.
option.
It's
The
better that
Stubborn?
way. Without a fight, no one can win. And if no one can win, then nothing has any meaning.
Okay, this is another voice.
Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many times?
This is our third?
Third, yes.
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction.
Excuse
Right?
me, we didn't fail.
Can't be right, that's too much responsibility.
We succeeded the first time.
Nah, impossibly high stakes make the fight so much better.
The stubborn.
Let's just stay focused, shall we?
Okay.
The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it.
That's interesting.
Okay, sure. You take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
I think it's interesting that he... Okay, I need to go back. Every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction. That... Excuse me, what? Okay.
This feels right. We just have to keep our senses sharp.
Okay.
That's right. We've got to be able to win eventually.
We will win eventually. Hell,
The
we might even
cheated,
win now.
The stubborn,
That's
and
a
the
fighting
hunted.
spirit I like to see. You could all learn a thing or two from this one.
Oh, you're a dick.
I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are.
There's no
right?
door.
But there isn't a door. It's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
I can feel the air coming up from behind
This is the
it,
hunted.
stinking of iron and steel. He might be right. Could be a trick. If our other senses can't feel it, then we can't trust it.
If it's
Interesting.
in our way, let's just break it and move on.
Okay, approach the mirror.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. I care about getting to the end of this mess. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. It creaks open. And the mirror's gone. How surprising.
Interesting.
It was never there. Just an illusion.
Let's just get to the princess already. I didn't care about the mirror before, and I care
Oh,
about
okay.
it even less now.
I mean, you can.
Guess it's
That's
time for us
fine.
to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Stay focused and you'll be... Yeah, sure. Okay. Whatever.
You step forward, but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
Oh, that's perfect.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the princess comes into view,
She's-
standing at a distance.
Okay, that's more
She gives
jagged
you a wry
shards.
smile.
Those are bigger than it was last time. Her dress is shards. That's interesting.
Hi. It looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore.
Okay, crazy person.
But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Uh-huh.
She's got another thing coming if she thinks we're going down easy again.
Okay.
Pride makes us dead. The only thing that matters is survival.
Okay.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it.
Interesting.
We just need to find a way to win once.
Nothing bad has come of it yet.
Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world to ruin. The people there mattered.
Sure.
The
That's what you
past
say.
isn't real.
That's what you
There's
say.
only here and now.
Your internal bickering is cut
Ah.
short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's
That's
arms
disgusting.
erupt twin blades, glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The chain clatters to the floor.
Yeah.
She's loose, and she is coming for you.
Oh, awesome.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for us, and I'm out of ideas.
We're going to fight her again, and we're going to have a stiff upper lip about it. She can't hurt us if we don't let ourselves feel it. We're going to appeal to her authority, puff her up a bit. There's no reason we can't talk this out. We're going to unconditionally surrender. Oh, that's easy. I'm going to try flirting with her. She has swords for arms, and we don't. We're panicking. She wins by killing us, right? So let's beat her to it. All of these ideas suck. Think up something better.
Yeah, that's right. We just have to think. There's probably an answer if we think.
Just standing there, huh? A bold strategy.
You don't have time to finish your thought. In a moment, she's across the room, blades flashing in the dim starlight.
Okay.
She skewers
Yep.
you.
That figured. My brain is going
Ow.
too much.
What a surprise.
Yeah. We don't even get a second to
Voice
think
of the
without her
skeptic.
stabbing us.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I don't like that we died without us knowing it. This really, really blurs some lines that I prefer not to be blurred. Are we still dead? Are we alive again? How are we even supposed to know the difference?
That's a good question.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're extremely not dead. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here?
This is 4.
This is 4, yep.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
Yeah, creepy sword lady.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her.
I don't think that's how that
We
works.
don't need any other voices chattering about in here. It'll just confuse us.
I
All
don't
we
think that's
need
gonna help.
Is to keep fighting.
What?
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
As long as we keep moving.
As long as we keep moving.
Come on, show me something new.
I'm
Okay.
tempted to do...
Plan now.
We're going to fight her again, and we're going to have a stiff upper lip. We're going to appeal to her authority. We're going to unconditionally surrender. I'm going to try flirting. She has swords and arms. We're panicking. So let's beat her to it. It doesn't work, and she kills you again, and again, and again, and again. Your memory blurs as your consciousness leaps from life to life to life, holding only snippets of it that inflict... of the conflict that transpires.
Then you skewer yourself.
And then you skip. Okay.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Oh, but I killed myself this time.
That didn't do much of anything. We're tougher than I thought. Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps.
No.
What's the point? It's all the same.
She skewers you.
Oh, don't give up on me just yet. You gotta keep going.
This is...
Do you see
Horrifying.
that? We almost had her. That was luck. But we only have to get lucky once. Compliment her on those gleaming blades.
The smitten.
There's nothing
Interesting.
better than a capable woman.
Interesting.
She skewers you.
Okay.
You're cute.
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up.
This is
go again.
interesting.
Just panic. Flee.
The paranoid. Okay, here's another
She
voice.
skewers you.
Oh gosh.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
See? We're getting better.
No, we're really not.
Okay, yeah. That was a good one.
She's going to kill this body either way.
The
So
cold.
stop feeling what it feels.
Interesting.
She skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
Okay.
We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time. You're right. One last time, that's all we need. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason.
I don't think that's how this goes.
She skewers you.
Okay.
And then everything goes dark, and you die.
Do I actually stay dead? Chapter 4. Mutually assured destruction. No.
You're on a... Don't lose your head. We're in a cabin, and we'll take it from here.
Oh.
Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're up here, which is different, and different is good.
Yep.
And our steel claw is already in our hand.
Yeah.
Oh, what if we throw it out the window?
Over my dead body.
Okay.
That won't be very hard. We've died a lot. But I can't say I mind anymore.
Neither can I. but-
Besides, what better way to die so very many
Oh my
times
gosh.
than at the sharp hands of a beautiful woman?
Sure, I can think of a better way to die.
Mhm.
Eh, they're all the same, really.
How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything.
These voices are
The only
interesting.
thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top.
No, the only thing we're
There
gonna
are
manifest is more
entirely too
insanity.
many of you. How many
Insanities.
times have you been here? This isn't good. This is...
Yeah,
Oh,
leave it
shoot.
to the pros. We'll notch up that win in no time.
I didn't mean to skip that. What he said. This isn't good. How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing them from the cheated. Okay.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final
With our star-crossed lover.
Star-crossed lover.
Oh my gosh.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only...
It's fine. I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Didn't mean to skip again. It's more of a slide we know. Did not mean to skip again. Oh my gosh.
Sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this.
As it should be.
Don't care. Just want to win.
Fine. You make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
Okay.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again?
Yeah.
I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together.
Uh-huh.
But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that.
Okay, crazy.
I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
No.
I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna say what she does? Do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too.
Oh god.
I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing.
This is going to end poorly.
Really?
This is going to end so poorly.
Here we go.
I fucked this up
Now.
big time.
The princess's skin twists, splitting into
Yep.
red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts.
Uh-huh.
She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls.
Ah.
All that remains in the center of the room.
Yeah, this
is a
is
skeleton of blades.
definitely Monster
Heart
fucking 101.
beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Okay.
Are you ready for what comes next?
Okay.
Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah. That's one way to put it.
Gorgeous.
This guy gets it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Behold, the
Okay, okay,
perfect
okay.
woman.
I mean, I've completely fucked this up, I can already tell. Voice of the stubborn. You also get it. Okay.
Do you think we can throw her out the window?
Oh, contrarian.
That looked painful.
Yep.
How is she still alive?
How many of
Heart's
these
still
voices?
beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up.
What the
She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just
Oh my
a
gosh.
sick
These are-
joke. I hate existing.
The fact that there's this
We're
many versions.
screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
Narrator,
Oh, and then they just
Forget it.
keep talking. Okay,
What
empty
just
your mind.
happened? It's so quiet.
Oh. Him too.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
Interesting. What the fuck am I doing? You do not act. And yet through that inaction your body moves on its own. The princess strikes you as you approach, but as her blow finishes its arc, you are already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash again and again. You and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo, and then an opening. Your blade strikes free of volition, and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal, and I got achievement Water and Steel. Master yourself and vanquish. Neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. Is it? Because that's confusingly creepy. You do not get to see each other die. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place. Approach the mirror. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It is time for you to see what's in it. It's you. Interesting, there's no shape to the face. It's just a shadowy mass and bird talons? Okay. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What? The ever-loving shit. Okay, so we have, what are you? The gift of a fragile vessel. Is this the end of the world? Let her out of there. Do you know the narrator? Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Do we know each other? What happens now? Attack the entity, destroy your body. Do we know each other?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Okay. The gift of a fragile vessel.
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own.
Okay.
This one is sharp and single-minded. She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for an indomitable heart.
An indomitable heart. So she is a heart.
Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
Am I building a body for this person? What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Oh. I don't know what I am.
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Okay. Are you... Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
I don't know. Okay.
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Okay, so we're both trapped in this. Do you know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Okay. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known.
I am creating life in this game. Okay.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Okay. Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Okay. But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Maybe not in this case. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
Okay.
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to.
So here's the thing. It says this is a love story. Like, at the very beginning, as you load up the game, it says specifically this is a love story. And then you get this very soft and sweet music Which is why I started asking the questions. Because this feels like this is the love story. Is this. This entity.
Bring me more perspectives so that I may be whole. And perhaps then we will know our freedom.
So that means just finish more storylines like I finished this storyline, I guess. Aren't you scared that I'll find a way to kill you? How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Okay. And what if I don't let you do this?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished. Dry. Hollow.
Oh. Okay, so this is a Monica situation. Basically. You don't delete Monica, you're stuck here forever. Got it. Okay. This.
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
So this is the birth of a being, is what I'm getting. This is very much the birth of a being, okay. How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite.
That's not clear.
The rest will find their own way home.
That's not clear.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
That is clear. Alright.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Everything goes dark and you die. The sound of glass shattering was not what I expected. A sharp vessel. Bring the razor.
You're on a
to
path
her.
in the woods. And at the end of that path
Real Slay the
is a
Princess
cabin.
starts here. Okay, you'll know it when you
And
see
in
it.
the basement
Okay.
of that cabin is a princess.
Uh-huh.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, so I'm starting over again. You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard or... I'm guessing that's right trigger? Because R3 is the pushy in. R2 is bumper, so that should be right trigger, R1. Ow, my ear does not like my headphones. Okay, I'm gonna shift that. Alright. Okay. So I have a bunch of these now. I did this silently. So what do I want to do? What are
I'm
you
talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Interesting. I mean, considering we're in a no man's land. So, but how can the princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Are you? Do you have the evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task?
I don't fucking know.
You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
I don't think the end of my journey is there. Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's
While
locked
I
up?
appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
Well, I don't care. I want answers.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up.
I mean, that is a counterintuitive point, I suppose. I suppose.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that.
It's interesting that this is referenced. Causality doesn't matter here because the end result is the same no matter what leads us up to this point. That is true. You restart over, as shown by chapters 1 through 4 with the Razor. You restart over. You die, you restart. No matter what, you come back to this path, continuously over and over again. I'm getting the sense that that's the fact. Which is interesting because it becomes a question of the point of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. In this case, you're going to get different results, but you still come back to this point. You still go back to the start, to the beginning. Oh, this is an interesting mental exercise.
It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Okay, that is actually a good freaking lie. That's good writing.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
I like this phrasing too. They don't say kill her, they say slay her, specifically, like she is a monster. I mean, she is a monster in a lot of ways. Killing princess is kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Can't someone else do this? Forget this, I'm not doing it. Have you considered maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Do I get some sort of reward for this? Okay. I'll go with bad, though.
Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
I mean, technically, no.
If anything, slaying a
It's the
princess
same.
is much better than slaying a seamstress.
Also,
seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Oh, I dislike that phrasing. I'm gonna leave it
Are
if
you
I get it.
serious? No, you have to do it.
No, I don't. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's bad as she said, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet face to face. Okay. So I don't get to actually turn around and say no.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
Fuck you. It's kind of ending right now, and I hate it.
I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely
Also,
you're not one of those, right?
Can't someone else do
if
this?
only that were the case, but I don't make the rules.
I don't know what you're making up,
I
period.
have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't
I'm
make the
curious as to
rules,
why you're the
no
only
matter
one
how
who can
much
pull
I
this
wish
off.
I did.
If that has something to do with the love story of this.
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Okay. Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good
It's
job?
a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it
Considering
might
how
be,
this game has gone so far, I
promise
don't think
it's
I
going
will
to
like
be
it.
even better than your wildest imagination.
I really don't think I'll like it, considering how this game is going on. I'm gonna say and talk to her, and then maybe slay her.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
I don't care.
Then each and every one of us is doomed.
I find this interesting because it's going into your character. This bird man doesn't remember any of this having happened, but you as the player do, and you can make different choices because you're an outside perspective looking in. And that changes the story. So it is manipulating little peoples, like you are a god manipulating these events, but you're the outside perspective looking in, and if this is the same character who so silently went and did this before, which is what I did the first time, why is it changed? What changed? You've forgotten everything, so why would there be a reason to talk? Should you not start at the beginning as you were the first time? Except no, because then the perspective won't shift. And that is something that was mentioned.
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
He's a bitch. But that perspective shift was mentioned as what she needs.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
She being whatever the heck this entity is that we're creating. Okay, ignore him, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, yeah, it's the same stuff. Skip. Proceed to the cabin. I have to hit this. Proceed to the cabin. You know what? I'm gonna leave the blade this time. I'm just gonna enter the basement. Screw
The
it.
door to the basement creaks open,
Oh, this is
revealing a
different.
staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
This is different. Okay.
This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp. A hint
It's
of
not giving me
rot
the skip
filtering
button,
from the ancient
which means
wood.
this is different.
If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I mean, probably.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Okay.
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't
Okay.
let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Oh, shut up. Continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
Wait, can I kill her in a different manner? That would be interesting. Instead of using the knife.
You walk down the stairs
This is back
and
to
lock
the
eyes
original
with
princess.
the princess.
This is
There's a
still
heavy
different.
chain around her wrist,
Something about this is
binding
still
her
different.
to the
Okay.
far wall of the basement. She's beautiful.
I
How
like
could
this
someone like this be a
perspective
threat to anyone?
storylines. Games that play with perspectives, play with storylines, play with alternate paths was the reason why I have fun with Somnium Files, actually. Which is another visual novel I do enjoy that is not a dating sim. How can someone be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
I'm actually curious about this.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Okay. Let's talk to me first.
Okay.
What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
Okay.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
So you don't have a name?
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Do you imagine being named Princess?
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. So is Princess your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
So no.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
That's interesting.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully, you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
No, you shut up. Okay. Let's see. I believe. Okay, so here's my list of things. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking? I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. What are you going to do if I let you out of here? I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a little bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. I'm sorry, but I can't trust you. This doesn't add up and isn't worth the risk. Take over the world, potential fate of the world, retrieve the blade. Go back upstairs, retrieve the blade. I can't believe they've been keeping you down here like this. I'm getting you out of here. Examine the chains. Okay, I'm going to get you out of here. Don't make me regret this. We'll do this one.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
Okay.
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
I mean...
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Oh, shut up. Let's see...
The princess hesitates before responding.
Do that one.
She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life. She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Oh, this narrator is a bitch.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter.
Interesting.
It's not like you'd believe me.
Okay.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess.
The narrator is a bitch. Is a
That's
whiny
hardly
bitch.
relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
She's a monster.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Okay.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
Yeah, but...
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
No, I like that idea too.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help. But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Interesting. Lock her in the basement.
I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here.
I don't care.
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
Yeah, I'll do it that way.
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way back to the stairs.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Okay.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice?
Oh, I have a feeling she's
I
not.
don't think she's bluffing.
She's gonna get
Either
out.
way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? You can still grab the blade and get back down here.
No, we're sticking to the plan and locking
It'll be
her
the
away.
death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your.
Okay, so way got cut off.
You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Where'd the blade go?
Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door.
Where'd the blade go?
It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds
Yeah.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
Because she probably
As
is.
she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece
I already done that, but
by
okay.
piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
Interesting.
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
No, I got an idea.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
I do actually have an idea at this point.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
I can be innocent and harmless, if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
Fair.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall.
Okay.
You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin.
Oh.
The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
What the fuck is this?
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet.
This is disturbing.
And then your legs.
And different.
You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach.
Okay.
Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth.
Oh, you're a lying liar who lies.
Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall
This
at a time,
creepy.
cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Okay, this is interesting.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little greener than
Bug-eyed.
gills. What a shame.
Oh
If
my
you'd
gosh.
only helped me get out of
What?
here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
I'm wondering if we could have, if that's
Your
an
lungs
actual
stop drawing in breath,
storyline.
and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
Okay.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
Interesting.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Interesting. The nightmare.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a
Audio
cabin.
changed.
And in the basement of that cabin
It's
is a
got the
princess.
rumbling noise in the background now.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of
So
the
there's
world.
a rumbling noise in the background. Okay. I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Turn around and leave.
This is good. I was worried you might fall for his shit again, but this is good. Whatever answers there are to be found, they aren't here, and they definitely aren't there. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Nope. Okay. Yeah, we'll go away from the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path
Okay, that's
also
not.
leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
No. Turn around and leave
You're
again.
really keen on wasting everyone's
Yeah.
time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation.
Nope, we're doing this.
If you don't do your job,
Ride or
everyone
die.
dies. Like, dies. Forever.
Nope.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy.
Oh, he fades out. Okay.
What's going on? Where are we?
No, I'm not free.
It's finally happened, hasn't it? We finally cracked.
I can hear her. The world around you is unwound. Its physical matter replaced by textured nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Memory returns. There's a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. You already know what dwells in the empty spaces. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion. Why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It is useless to us if it doesn't bring you gifts. Force pushing against your will. No. You cannot go back. Not there. Regret. This world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. A wagging finger. There is only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. Denial. Return to your destined path or face the consequences.
You're on a path.
I faced the
woods.
consequences. Okay. Cool. Let's see. We'll do this one.
That's the spirit.
I'm just gonna go up here.
You make your way up the short
I'm
path.
just gonna skip. Proceed to the cabin. Alright. I am going to return to the nightmare scenario and follow through on
The
going into the
interior
cabin
of the cabin is almost
instead. Enter the basement.
the door to the.
Skip. Continue
Good.
down the stairs.
You're still
Skip.
listening to.
Let's talk a bit first. Skip.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's examine the chains, examine the chains. Let's see. Okay, we'll do this.
Oh.
Skip. It's this. Skip.
Of course I'm like,
I'm basically going
I
to
don't see what that.
go forward until I get the same thing.
The princess.
Here we go. Oh, it's not giving me. It's not like you believe me.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone.
I
I
can't
like the
Go
world.
back to the nightmare.
I think.
Interesting.
I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
Are you
That's-
saying I can't go back to the nightmare?
How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
Remain silent.
They haven't shared a thing, have they? All they've done is point a finger.
This is different.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us
So
have
the
going on
nightmare
down
was
here is
broken.
about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you
No,
why.
they haven't.
I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or
Okay, so your dialogue
saying
choices
the right thing to
make
convince you to
a
save
reason.
me. This is about how messed up this whole
So I
situation
wonder what dialogue
is.
tree
This is
specifically
my
got me
life
to
we're
the
talking
nightmare.
about.
If it was saying that I'm going to talk and figure it out.
Do you really think I can even end the world?
Okay.
Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation,
There's also
it's
the
whoever
fact
locked
that
me down here.
it was mentioned
and
it
it's
was a
whoever
dead
sent
world.
you here. And
And
those
there's
two
only
groups are
limited
probably one and the
threads.
same.
Which begs the question of what that means.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Okay.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Okay, this is
I
going
don't
back
think
to
I
the
could
nightmare.
bear being down here that much longer.
Maybe.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon,
Okay, yeah, this is back into being that. And I can only do retrieve the blade or get her out of here. Alright, fuck it, we'll do this
Can't
one.
be serious.
We'll do this one.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret this, I
I'm
promise.
gonna do a different option. If I can, to
You're
see
making
different
a huge
paths,
mistake.
which is basically what the game's all
No.
about.
I think you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall.
wonder if there's another way to
and
get
give
the
them a
nightmare.
tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Would I get to go somewhere not the cabin?
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Oh, fuck
Is someone
that.
else here?
That's rude.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier
Interesting.
for whom?
Yeah.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
Not in a mess.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yes.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
Mm-hmm.
She barely hesitates
Oh,
before raising her
shit.
arm to her mouth.
Okay.
Tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal.
That's
It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
That's disgusting.
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Fine.
No, we're gonna do it.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm.
That's just
above
still
the unyielding
nasty.
chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Of course not. And now our knife
No.
is bloody.
She didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything?
Uh-huh.
It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Because she's a monster.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the
Ooh.
world.
Okay.
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Yeah.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Yep.
Watch me.
What are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Warn her.
Stop that.
like
Something's
this.
come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
I don't have a choice.
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect.
Okay.
Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
Okay.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
No, it's not.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Yep.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you You aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
This is an interesting
For her
path.
sake. Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two
This
of
is
you literally
interesting,
do
this game.
Everyone.
I am
Whatever.
curious.
She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again.
I wanna know what
You
this route
feel
turns into.
every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
I actually want to see real quick. Saves. Autosave. Okay, so this is the autosave for this particular journey. Quick saves. Okay. And I hit load. Okay, it's only going to show me these autosaves. So because I didn't save that one, I fucked up. Okay, cool. Good to know.
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it?
I mean, I'm
A stab
fine with
wound
not
is
saving.
still a
It's
stab
fine.
wound. It won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you,
Oh, that
your
is part of
limbs
her crown.
unresponsive.
Okay.
The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
Well, yeah, I can.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
Okay. The damsel.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end
Interesting.
of the world.
So this is the damsel. I'm getting a
A
sense of deja
terrible
vu.
sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he
No.
doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about
Voice
it.
of the smitten. Okay.
Oh, beloved. Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us
That
will
is
be foiling
hilarious.
any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Well, that's
What can I
hilarious.
say?
Okay,
A world
okay.
without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Okay. Explore this more than just. I'm pretty sure this whole thing has happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Okay. Let's assume and tell me the truth and all this really did happen. Why should I listen
Those
to
are
you?
two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Okay.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met
Interesting.
me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened
Yeah.
because you didn't
Yeah.
listen to me.
I mean,
You
that's
were the
fair.
one who did us in, villain.
That's also fair.
Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
I beg to differ.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it
Way to be a
sounds to
little
me
bitch.
like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind
And
itself?
here's this fact
or were
about
you
another
instead
world
transported
entirely.
to a different world entirely?
Yep.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
She would never. She's a perfect angel that
she is a monster.
Imprisoned as part
but
of
you
some
are also a
convoluted,
monster. It works
dastardly
out.
scheme.
Net zero.
Convoluted.
I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Yep. Yeah.
That's right, you can't stop all of us. We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does.
I think this is the last one I'm gonna.
Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with?
Before I go to bed, because it's late.
You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call. Just be quick about it.
Alright. The only reason she's even able to kill us is because I let her. How is she supposed to end the world?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
But it's not. Why couldn't they slay her?
I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Yeah.
You're the only person capable of doing this.
Except
Call it a prophecy, if that helps. It's just the way things
I like
are.
this. It's you're special. That's
Oh. I didn't know we were special.
That's interesting.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here?
Why else would you die?
Calling us special isn't going to make us friends, even if it did feel nice.
Thank you,
Oh,
Sven.
believe me, the last thing I want is for you and I to be friends.
Yeah.
But I'm a professional.
There you go.
and I'm
Last
not
one
going
to
to
be
let my
friends.
dislike
Perfect.
for you get in the way of helping you save the world.
Well, you're a little bitch. Still.
I've told you everything you need to know.
I want to
Going
know
into
more about this
detail just
character.
Overcomplicated
No.
otherwise.
No,
very
give me
simple
more
situation
details
will
about
make your
this
job
character.
more difficult.
Who the fuck is this?
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us.
Oh, I'm not
I know it
trusting that.
sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word.
No.
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust
See,
that
this
what
is-
I'm saying is true, and
This-
that, despite it all,
I don't
you're fully
trust
up to the task that's
this
been given to you.
at all.
Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world.
Oh my god. Okay, I love and hate Smitten.
Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? Before you ask, no, you can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is.
Nope. That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Yeah, that's not gonna... I'm not gonna turn around and leave, though, because that got me the null ending last time.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
But
Don't believe a word she says.
Yep.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted.
The narrator's
Her
interesting.
beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
No.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
That too.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
The Smitten is funny.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
Oh, I like the Smitten.
Don't pay that
I like it, I
bickering
hate
any
the Smitten.
mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Okay. Proceed into the cabin. Alright, let's see how the cabin looks different this time. I'll have to find another way to get into the nightmare.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal prisoner.
Yep.
The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. The answer is no. This is different than the last time.
Very different.
Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around.
Nope.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the blade behind again. Okay, and then that makes the mirror fade away.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Okay.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Interesting.
You walk down the stairs and lock
Her
eyes
dress was
with the
more poofy.
princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and
And then the
foul
Smitten just goes
imprisonment.
nonsense words. Okay.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not
Oh
be
my
able to
God.
hear my words, but
Part of me
surely
loves the
she
fact that
can hear
every time
my
you die,
spirit.
you break. You break mentally, just a piece and a
your
piece and a
spirit's
piece.
plenty loud,
But a
all right.
part of me is like, just can
It's you, my
Can you
dashing
shut
hero.
up?
I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Yep.
Did you hear that? She said we're
Oh my
dashing.
God, Smitten.
And she called us a hero.
Oh my God.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
This is kind of embarrassing.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Yes.
That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain
Oh my
unstained by
God, the
cruelty.
Smitten. I love and hate
You've
him.
died before.
So an entire
So an entire world has
that
been
phrase
damned
again.
to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to
Which
do it
implies
right
there's
this
multiple
time.
narrators.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end.
We didn't. No, that's
now
true.
I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you
Okay.
listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
No. Let's see. Killed me last time.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying
Oh
a
my
finger on
gosh.
her perfect wrist.
There Smitten
and
goes.
Indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
Oh, that's bullshit.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
See, here's the hero
She
getting...
didn't care last time. Why should she care this
Yep.
time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
Yep.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to
Yep,
be
there
trusted.
you go.
So go ahead and slay her.
Yep. No. Rescue the
No.
princess.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I would if you had a weapon.
Okay, wait. You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her. Okay, there we go.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Yep.
You wouldn't.
Oh.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And
I like
doesn't
this.
the world end if we don't stop her?
Yep.
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Huh.
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
Interesting.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh.
You don't like love.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
That's a good question. Do this
That
one.
sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for
I like the
our
music
happy
here.
ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
Okay.
You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about
Yes,
this.
she does.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
The fact that he goes, did I do that? So he yes, the narrator has control of things and is a liar. Is a lying liar who lies.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
I like
Of course you wouldn't understand.
You just
Our
met her.
passions run deeper
Yeah,
than
yeah,
anything
yeah.
you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
Oh, I like going along
I'm
with
just
the
along
whim
for
of the
the ride at
delusional
this
voice.
point.
I do like that. Let's see.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love. You and the princess
I
place
like
your
this
hands on the
reaction.
door.
Like a pair of
together.
teenagers. Yeah. Okay.
Blech.
Yeah, I get it.
And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me? I
Yep.
told you our love was insurmountable.
Yep.
You and the princess make your way upstairs and the blade. That's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's
You
too
know, no,
late.
I'm not doing it. I like this ending. You are not
You're
doing that.
enjoying this, aren't you?
Yeah, I
You're
actually
taking
am.
every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer.
Yep.
I hate you.
I'm enjoying this a lot.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
Your love will set you free.
A happy ending at last.
Interesting.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go?
Yep.
Where did he go?
Yep.
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
And they begin to fade.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
So we do have feathers. And there we go. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now. Do it then. End us all before I die of a broken heart.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It is time for you to see what's in it. The bloat, you've grown. You've grown. There's slime dripping off. What? What? You've grown. The bloat. So you have the body and then the bloat. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return.
Okay.
If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete.
So I can't kill her until she's complete now.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
Okay.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
Interesting.
It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Everything you say feels like a riddle. Let's see. Are you the same being as you were
Is
before?
a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Interesting. When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was.
Okay.
I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed.
Okay.
But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Interesting. You know that at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can't I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own.
Oh.
They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths
So I
of
can't
value
do the
are
nightmare
those that are
again
yet untread.
because I failed it. Yep, I'm kinder than anyone else I've met. Let's see. What do you want me to bring next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
Okay.
My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Okay. Let's see. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Gentle heart. Strong heart. Twice she's mentioned heart. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
Okay. Let's see. You've been kinder to me the most.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Okay. I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom.
Interesting.
But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me.
Okay.
The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before.
Okay.
I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
Interesting. When you restless doing it.
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond.
Okay.
My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective.
More perspective. Okay.
You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
Interesting.
I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me.
Okay.
They never fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
Interesting. I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
We will meet again. Interesting. A loving vessel, bring the damsel to her.
You're
What
on a
is
path
her?
in the woods.
Is the thing. What is her? Okay. Well, I am going to leave it at that. Mostly because I need to go to bed. I have work in the morning. I'm really curious now, because this is very much a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You make a choice and you find the paths, which is awesome. Absolutely something I love to death. Branching storylines are something I greatly enjoy. There's a reason why I want to continue playing AI Somnium Files. And it's got a very unique horror element to it, which is nice. And something I also enjoy. And then, but it's also this repetition, and you're crafting something. You're crafting perspectives and creating a being. But now that I've been back there twice after finishing a storyline, I screwed up the nightmare, and the nightmare is apparently dead. Dead and never coming back. So since I've done that, I've changed. This character, this bird creature man, has changed and shifted. And something's different. Because originally it was you. When you look in the mirror, it's just you. But this time it said, you've grown. So with each experience, you grow. And each experience you give her, she grows. You're consuming worlds and creating life. And that's a concept. An interesting idea to build around. Each world that you consume provides more and more material to create whatever these two beings are. And these beings are definitely two beings. They are, in some inexplicable way, tied together. You being the only one who can kill her, but you also being the only one that can create her. I'm curious as to where this is gonna go, because this is interesting. I like this, but this is the type of story things that get you a little cerebral thinking. So, okay. Well, I'm just gonna leave it at that because this is curious. Bye.